Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video we are taking a look at a very fun team in the Ultra League Remix Cup. We are taking a look at a triple glass cannon team consisting of a Gengar lead, a Shadow Machamp with Payback, and a double nuke Lucario with Close Combat and Shadow Ball. Now, I'll be honest, glass cannon teams can be very tough to run, but this battler goes on a very impressive 10-0 run with this team. So without further ado, let's hop right into these battles and let's take a look at the triple glass cannon team in action. Alright, hopping to the first match, leading Gengar into Typhlosion. Really gotta hope the Typhlosion's running Incinerate. It is, which is fantastic. And now the Gengar over-farming and going for the Shadow Punch bait. Really hoping to get a shield here, throwing on the CMP tie. The Typhlosion calls the bait. This is not great at all. Now the Gengar is forced to shield because Blast Burn will hurt quite a bit. Can't quite get to the Shadow Balls, although a Shadow Punch will KO from this range, but the Typhlosion can definitely shield just to force the second shield from the Gengar. Gengar opting to let it go, recognizing that the rest of the team needs shields as well, so really can't spend two shields on Gengar, and the opponent brings out a Surfetch'd. And since Shadow Machamp does have an energy lead, this is a pretty solid matchup for Shadow Machamp. Shadow Machamp is going to be able to get to that second cross chop before they get to a second move, and should be in a pretty comfortable position here. The opponent switches out into a Milotic, a very, very cool pick, and a pick that I have featured quite a bit on the channel lately. Building up to 2, going for the cross chop to get some chip damage, and now brings in the Lucario. Lucario hits hard, but again is super glassy. A Surf will do over half here, oh my goodness. And Lucario intentionally going for the close combat so that the Surfetch'd gets less farm. Surfetch'd farms down, I believe they're short, and the Shadow Machamp has a move loaded, and that is going to be able to take out the Surfetch'd and win them the game. Alright, hopping straight into the next match, picking up a rough lead versus an XL Galvantula. As you can see, this team has no XLs on it, so facing XLs may be a little tough. Going straight for the Shadow Punch, the Galvantula is going to know it's a Shadow Punch, so they really don't have to commit a shield here if they don't want to. Discharge would hurt, so shields it up. It turns out it is a lunge, which makes quite a bit of sense. Unfortunately, that does lower the Gengar's attack, and a very nice catch by the opponent onto an XL Politoed. And now bringing in the Shadow Machamp. Shadow Machamp is down a shield, which is less than ideal, but it can survive one Weather Ball. So can definitely let one go and hopefully apply a decent amount of pressure to this Politoed, as Cross Chop from the Shadow Machamp hits quite hard. Able to get the shield, will get outpaced, but the Shadow Machamp may choose to go down a shield to try and get shields down, because if shields are down, if you can get an energy lead on Lucario or Gengar, then they have a lot of potential to close endgame. Able to get shields down, that is absolutely huge. So definitely just let this go, and let's see if they bring in Lucario to farm down, because Lucario with Close Combat and Shadow Ball is going to be a devastating closer. They bring in Lucario, it farms down. Now Lucario has a big energy lead for whatever's in the back. Galvantula does not have a move, and it's a Ferrothorn, so bringing in the Gengar and able to throw the Shadow Ball, this will be doing a nice amount of damage to the Ferrothorn. Doesn't quite take it out. They bring in the Galvantula, 1 Volt Switch, and they're at a move. This is a pretty good position for him. The Galvantula is out of energy, bring in the Lucario, farm down, and yes, the Ferrothorn was not at the Thunder, so able to get off the close combat. That is going to take out the Ferrothorn, and the Triple XL team falls to the might of the Triple Glass Cannons. Hopping to the next match against Roserade, and this is the Bullet Seed version, so these charge moves will be spammed out incredibly quickly, and Weather Ball hurts quite a bit. Going for the Shadow Punch bait again, hoping to get a shield. Oh, they call it. That is not great. So far, a lot of baits being called, but able to take them out. And now going to safe swap into the Shadow Machamp, as they have an Aggron, and they have a Machamp of their own. Oh my goodness, Aggron. What a pick. You love to see it. And now able to get to the second cross chop. That's massive. The opponent overfarmed and now able to get both shields. This is absolutely perfect. You just let this go. You take your 2 shield advantage. You can use the Gengar to hopefully neutralize the regular Machamp. And then from there, Lucario will absolutely obliterate the poor Aggron in the back. Shields up, it is the cross chop bait there. They switch out, and Aggron is just Lucario food. Get out of here. Opponent brings back the Machamp. Oh, and they concede the match just before the close combat lands. Hopping to the next match against a Kingdra. Now, Kingdra could be tough for this team because it applies a lot of heavy, fast move pressure with the Dragon Breath. Going straight for the Shadow Ball, and they get the shield, and now safe swapping into the Shadow Machamp. And the Kingdra does a very nice job of throwing before the Shadow Machamp reaches the cross chop there. Octazooka, no debuff. That is absolutely imperative. And this should be taking them out, so they do shield it up. Very interesting call there. Only have one shield left. Do you use it now, opting to let it go? Again, a lot of tough shielding decisions with this team. And ooh, do you bring in Lucario here to get ahead on energy? They bring in the Lucario to get ahead on energy, and Lucario now has shield and energy advantage. In comes Typhlosion, able to get off the Shadow Ball. This will be doing massive damage to the Typhlosion. They switch out, and they have an Alolan Sandslash in the back. So again, Lucario is going to be able to close this game strong. It makes quite a bit of sense with that backline why they stayed in with the Shadow Machamp safe swap, because none of their backline does particularly well versus Shadow Machamp. And now Lucario can just farm all the way down. Typhlosion is not at a move, and Lucario able to close strong with the Shadow Ball and get yet another win. Alright, hopping into the next match, picking up a pretty nice lead versus a Nidoqueen. You definitely have to watch for the Earth Power. Going to build up and throw on the CMP tie, very nicely done. Going for the bait, come on, can we get a shield? Oh no, all the baits are going unshielded today. Do you respect the Earth Power? Last second shield, and it's the Earth Power. What a shield, oh my goodness. From here, a Shadow Punch should take it out. So going straight for the Shadow Punch here. Will we see a shield? Nidoqueen shielding up. This is 5. This is just a Poison Fang this battler is counting. They know it's not the Earth Power, so they can safely let that go. The opponent safe swaps into Mew, and in comes Lucario. Come on, get to the Shadow Ball. Oh, they get to the Shadow Ball. Mew is over farming. Does Mew call the bait? Oh, Mew gets one shot with the Shadow Ball, and they just leave. I don't blame them. Alright, hopping into the next match, picking up a Sceptile lead. That's not a pick you see every day, to be honest. A very cool pick. With Bullet Seed, it's going to charge very, very quickly. They built up to the Earthquake. Calling the bait, and it's a Leaf Blade. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Man, what a bait call. And gets a shield with the Shadow Punch, and now trying to build up to the Shadow Ball. At this point, a Shadow Punch will KO. So you don't really need the Shadow Ball at this point. Yep, and they are going for the Shadow Punch. And this will secure the KO. Double shielding the Sceptile. And now the opponent has lost Switch advantage and shield advantage, so things are looking rough. They're going to safe swap another Aggron. Oh my goodness. What a team. Alright, hopping to the next match against an XL Defense Deoxys. And there's a bunch of lag. Oh no, and with the lag, the Gengar is not able to throw on the CMP tie, so they will have to go down a shield, and the opponent switches out into a Shadow Snorlax. Fortunately, Shadow Machamp absolutely eats Shadow Snorlax safe swaps for breakfast. Cross Chop comes through, doesn't quite KO, but this move from Snorlax won't KO either. Opting to let it go. Oh, and they're letting the Snorlax farm them so that there's less farm for the Defense Deoxys. Very advanced play there. You absolutely love to see it. On the bright side, Gengar has a ton of energy and is going to be able to threaten these shields off the Deoxys. Baits with the first, able to get the shield, going for another bait. Can we get 2 shields here? Gets both the shields. That is absolutely huge. Shielding it up. Probably another Psycho Boost. It is. I'm expecting the Deoxys to switch here. They stay in, and they are going to get taken out with the Shadow Punch. Huge mistake by the Defense Deoxys. Let's see what is in the back. It's a Jellicent. Oh, that's why they didn't switch. They're so weak in the back to Gengar. Gengar with the Shadow Ball, snipe with the Lucario, game over. Get those XLs out of here. Alright, hopping into the next match, picking up a pretty neutral lead versus Giratina Origin. Unfortunately cannot get to the Shadow Ball, so throws on the CMP tie. The Giratina Origin does live the Shadow Punch, but Gengar, Everglassy, has to shield up the Ominous Wind. Gengar can farm down here, And then my guess is we're probably going to see them save swap out of here. They do save swap, Garchomp, and they have a Gallade. Does he know about payback, though? Come on, going for the payback. I want to see a land. I want to see a payback land. Come on. Oh, and it's shielded. Oh, that is disappointing. Gengar does have loaded energy, so Gengar should be able to force a shield here, which is nice. It's just a Shadow Punch, but the Gallade has to respect it, because the Gallade is a bunch of energy. Gallade. Oh, and it's a CMP tie. That's huge. You just let this go, and you trust in Lucario. Come on, Lucario. It's your time to shine. Let's do this thing. All right, Lucario able to sneak a counter through as they throw. Very nice. Shields it up. It is the close combat. They're going to switch out into the Garchomp, farming up as much as they could, going for the Shadow Ball to take out the Garchomp, and now it's a race. Can they get to the close combat? They're able to get to the close combat. Even resisted, that is going to be enough to take out the Glassy Gallade and to continue the win streak. Hopping to the next match against an Abomasnow, and they're going to save swap into the Shadow Machamp, and they bait out an Armored Mewtwo. Can we see the payback? Come on, I want to see this Armored Mewtwo bleed. Go for it. Yes, it lands. Oh my goodness, get absolutely wrecked. Let's go. They have a Gengar in the back. You definitely aligned your Gengar on theirs, so you can align the Lucario with the Abomasnow. This is a rare situation where aligning a mirror match when you have an energy disadvantage is actually the correct play. I like going straight for the Shadow Punch here. You really don't want to get too far behind on shields, but so long as you can keep the shields pretty close, then Lucario is going to do well against Abomasnow, as these counters are absolutely shredding. Energy Ball still does a ton even when resisted, but Lucario able to farm down and going straight for the Shadow Ball. They should get the shield from Gengar. Oh, they choose not to respect it, and they go down. All right, hopping into the next match. Picking up a Blaziken lead. This is pretty nice. They're going to save swap into Bouffalon. Yo, what does this thing even have for moves? No shielding it. Stomp. Oh, no. Stomp is a terrible move. Yeah, you can no shield this one, too. Yeah, Stomp is rough. Can they farm down? Able to farm down, and this Lucario is absolutely loaded. Bringing in a Sylveon, going for the close combat bait, no shield, going for the Shadow Ball, and we may see a shield here, unfortunately. So the bait not paying off, but they are going to be able to align the Gengar with the Sylveon, because Shadow Machamp definitely does not want to see it. In comes the Blaziken, going for the Shadow Punch, gonna get the shield. They no shield, but here you bring in the Shadow Machamp, and you definitely don't shield this, because you don't want to give Sylveon any extra farm, and you can just farm down, and may as well chuck the Cross Chop. It's not going to do a whole lot to Sylveon, but honestly, any damage helps. Cross Chop, that does get it a bit lower, and now, since you have two shields, you're in a very comfortable position where Gengar can farm down and successfully win the match. Alright, hopping to the next match, another XL Defense Deoxys. It's time. Alright, it's time to bully some XL Defense Deoxys. Again, this battler opting to not throw on CMP for the Psycho Boost. Very interesting. They go down a shield, Berserker, but Shadow Machamp loves destroying Berserker. And they are going to be able to Cross Chop to force a shield. Shielding up. It is the close combat, and they are going to be able to farm down. That was a tough call, going down shields. We're probably going to see that Defense Deoxys come back in, I would imagine. All right, in comes the Defense Deoxys. Oh, come on. Payback, please. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Tell me he doesn't know. Yes! Goodbye, Defense Deoxys. And it's a Stunfisk in the back and catches onto the Gengar, flexing so hard on these XL Pokemon. Oh my goodness. And now Gengar going straight for the Shadow Ball, able to get that final shield and able to get to another Shadow Ball. And this is going to be bye-bye Stunfisk. You absolutely love to see it. So all in all, watching this team play was incredible amounts of fun. Triple Glass Cannon is a very tough strategy to run, so I may not necessarily recommend running a team like it if you're looking to make a really serious legend push, but man, these battles were exciting to watch. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.